Happy New Year! All of us at ArtForce Iowa wish you a wonderful year of joy, love, good food, and good friends. But most of all, we wish you a new year full of purpose, action, and great health. As I reflect back on 2021, I can't help but also reflect back on the last decade. 10 years ago, ArtForce Iowa was conceived by a man who had this hope he would be the last Black kid to recognize he was an artist in jail. As an organization, we've grown tremendously since 2012, all with a focus on creating a community through art that supports young people in being who they are, and knowing they are valued, and dreaming about their future. Here's our top 10 most memorable moments in the last decade. 1. We have served over 2,500 youth, providing direct services, and delivered over 500 art kits, with over 1,000 young people across the state of Iowa having access to paints, drawing pencils, writing journals, and more in their own homes. 2. We started a screen printing social enterprise. We gave our all, and we learned how to say goodbye to something we really loved. Thanks, Street Cred Studios. We'll always remember you. 3. We took a deeper dive into trauma-informed care practices and evolved into the healing-centered engagement approach. All of our workshops are trauma-informed, healing-centered, and arts-based. 4. We survived the transition of 3 executive directors in 8 months, a 24-inch sewer flood destroying over $100,000 worth of supplies and equipment, and we moved 4 times in the last 2 years. 5. We launched our JEDI project, training over 300 teachers, juvenile court officers, social workers, youth advocates, and artist mentors in justice, equity, diversity, and intersectionality practices, leading to better support for over 100,000 young people in central Iowa. 6. We delivered 1,000 gallons of drinking water to refugee and immigrant communities in Cedar Rapids after the derecho. 7. Because of COVID, we launched a lot of virtual programming, like Artful Connections, which were workshops that were hosted every day through our ArtForce Iowa page on Facebook Live, reaching over 24,000 unique individuals from 12 countries in 3 months. We also launched our first virtual No Justice exhibit with 10,000 views. 8. We grew our capacity to take on more public art projects, like the Skywalk Activation Project in partnership with Operation Downtown and the Iowa Department for the Blind. These projects provide artful work experience for all our youth artists. 9. We launched the Legacy Collection Project to collect, preserve, and share the stories of Iowans by collaborating with community members, academic scholars, artists, and historians. And lastly, 10. ArtForce Iowa has grown its staff and its board. We've increased our reach throughout the entire state of Iowa and continue to be youth-led. We can't thank you enough for your love and support in our first decade of life. And we are excited for you to join us in our next decade by celebrating where we've been and where we're going. Because ArtForce Iowa is evolving. When this organization started 10 years ago, we believed young people could be whoever they wanted to be. They could launch themselves towards the sky and reach for the stars. And we learned and we recognize that young people we serve are met with barriers that make it difficult for them to reach their full potential. Oftentimes, our young people are taught to believe that they themselves are what stand in the way. But we know things like racism, homophobia, sexism, housing and language inequities, lack of access to opportunities and resources, health disparities, fleeing genocide, and more are the real barriers. We still believe young people, all people, can be whoever they want to be. But now more than ever, we believe when young people are rooted in strong communities, we all flourish. That's why our new mission is creating opportunities for youth to transform through art. Our vision is to end all forms of discrimination and bias through cultivating psychological safety, by embracing the intersection of art and justice, and fostering a sense of belonging and acceptance so young people can be creative and thrive. We value utilizing self-determination as a core tenet to create meaningful growth and authentic purpose through the practice of healing-centered engagement, so all youth in Iowa have a safe place to express themselves creatively and have access to creative tools to design their own healing journey. Together, we can change our community. Together, we can better our world for each of us. Let's go.